When a UPS driver picked up a package, he noticed a note scribbled on it. He could have written it off as some kind of twisted joke, but he didn't. Now, a toddler and his mother have been rescued from a living nightmare, thanks to the delivery man. James Jordan won't be receiving any Father or Husband of the Year awards after what the 33-year-old Missouri man did to his wife and their 3-year-old son. What the two were forced to endure was nothing short of a nightmare. But thanks to an observant UPS delivery driver, Jordan got to face the music for being a monster after his wife and son were freed from the hell he put them in. The horrific ordeal began when Jordan locked his 3-year-old son in a room without food or water, where the child was forced to remain for 15 long hours, according to CBS. His father then turned his attention to the boy's mother. One can only imagine what the child heard as Jordan viciously abused the woman, holding her captive in their own home near Robertsville. Not only was his wife prevented from leaving the house, but James Jordan also took her phone as he held her prison and beat her, according to KMOV. She was punched, slapped, and even forced to strip naked before being sexually assaulted, all while her toddler son remained locked in a room, likely terrified to hear the abuse occurring on the other side of the door. The woman knew she had to escape her husband's clutches, but she didn't have many options. She tried to flee, but Jordan caught her, dragging her back into the house by her hair. Armed with a pistol, Jordan pointed it at his wife's head several times, threatening to kill her and then himself. As her desperation to get away grew, she finally came up with a plan. For it to work, she needed one person to be observant while on the job. Luckily for her, the right UPS man was sent to her home. When the driver arrived to pick up a package, the unnamed woman knew this might be her only chance to get a message out. So she scrawled "Contact 911" on the box. She casually answered the door, not wanting to let on that she was up to something, and handed the UPS man the box, pretending everything was fine. Allegedly, Jordan was standing behind her with a gun, so she couldn't say a word. All she could do was wait, hoping the man would take the time to look at the package closely and follow her instructions. And he did. He saw her plea, and he did just as it said, contacting the police. A SWAT team responded to the call, freeing the woman and her son. James Jordan was taken into custody and held on a $100,000 bond, facing charges of domestic assault, felonious restraint, sodomy, unlawful use of a weapon, and endangering the welfare of a child. The unnamed UPS driver was rightfully credited with helping to save the lives of Jordan's victims after his call led to their rescue. He made a huge difference, Franklin County Sheriff's Department Sergeant T.J. Wild said. We are grateful this UPS driver with more than a decade of service followed protocol when he saw a customer in distress and contacted authorities after he saw her message to contact 911. UPS said in a statement as they also praised their driver. And that praise is warranted because this was about more than just making a call. It was about being aware of what's happening around you. Often people mindlessly go about doing their job without paying much attention to anything other than the task at hand. It's not unusual to see a driver handle a package without taking a closer look. But this man was observant, and 2 people are alive because of it. As many of us spend our days caught up in our own lives, we might be missing a desperate message from someone in need. Slow down and look around, especially if you work in the service industry. Stories like this one are not all that uncommon. Women trapped in domestic abuse situations are often forced to seek help in unusual places, slipping a note to anyone they can. Hopefully, any woman who might find herself in such a situation will have seen this, remember it, and be brave enough to use it to save her own life. The only question is, if you were discreetly given such a message, would you be too distracted doing your job to notice? The bravery of the UPS driver in this story highlights the importance of remaining vigilant, even in the most routine aspects of our daily lives. His ability to notice the plea for help and act on it serves as a powerful reminder that small actions can have profound impacts. The woman and her child, who endured unimaginable abuse, are now free because of his quick thinking. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes being observant and taking a moment to care can save lives. For James Jordan's victims, the driver's intervention was the light at the end of a dark tunnel. Trapped in a cycle of violence, they had little hope of escape. The woman's resourcefulness in sending a message through the package was a courageous act of defiance. It also underscores how individuals in dire situations can find strength to fight for survival, even when the odds seem insurmountable. This case also raises awareness of how domestic abuse often goes unnoticed. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers might see signs of distress but hesitate to intervene, unsure of what to do or fearing the consequences. The UPS driver's actions show that a simple call to authorities can make all the difference. It reminds us that staying silent isn't the solution when lives are at stake. The story of the UPS driver and his heroic actions resonates far beyond this single incident. It's a call to action for all of us to be more present and mindful of the people around us. Whether it's a note scribbled on a package, a whispered plea, or even just subtle signs of distress, recognizing these moments could mean the difference between life and death for someone in need. This rescue is also a stark reminder of the bravery required by law enforcement. The SWAT team responded quickly, placing themselves in harm's way to ensure the safety of the victims. Their professionalism and dedication played a critical role in bringing this terrifying ordeal to an end. Their efforts, combined with the driver's observance, show how teamwork and vigilance can combat even the most harrowing situations. The story has sparked discussions about how companies train their employees to recognize and respond to emergencies. UPS's acknowledgement of their drivers' heroism highlights the value of fostering a workplace culture where employees are empowered to act decisively. But this could inspire other organizations to implement similar training, preparing workers to handle unexpected crises. Victims of abuse often feel isolated and powerless, believing there's no escape. Stories like this show that even in moments of despair, hope can emerge. It also emphasizes the importance of community and the role each of us plays in creating a safer world. The actions of one individual can ripple outward, affecting countless lives for the better. James Jordan's arrest and the charges he faces should serve as a warning to abusers everywhere. His victim's courage in seeking help and the UPS driver's intervention show that abusers can and will be held accountable. It's a powerful message to those who might think they can act with impunity. There are people who care, who are watching, and who will act to stop you. For the victims, this rescue marks the beginning of their journey toward healing. It won't erase the trauma they endured, but it gives them a chance to rebuild their lives free from fear. The community's support and resources will be vital in helping them recover. The hope is that their story inspires others in similar situations to seek help and find their own path to freedom. In the end, this tale of heroism serves as a poignant reminder of our shared humanity. When we take the time to notice others and act with compassion, we can make a difference in ways we might never imagine. The UPS driver's actions may have saved 2 lives, but his story will inspire countless others to be vigilant, courageous, and ready to help when it matters most. This story also underscores the resilience of the human spirit, especially in the face of adversity. Despite the terror and brutality she endured, the woman managed to devise a plan and act with incredible bravery to protect herself and her child. Her courage serves as an inspiration to anyone who might feel trapped in a hopeless situation, showing that even in the darkest moments there is a chance for escape and a better life. It's a reminder that with determination and the right opportunity, survival and freedom are possible.